well, that you cannot relax anymore. Basically, you are excluded from, let's say, being yourself or having one moment of let's say, introspection, or one moment of social, pleasant social contact, one moment that you could forget about let's say, the tension of this movie. There is always the tension to that there is not enough money, especially in Europe. There is always that you have to finish the scene in time. If you that there is no money to come back to that situation, you're under high tension. You have to prepare for the next day. You have to basically, ultimately, you have no time for yourself as a human being. You are basically enslaved in a machine, basically, where you have to function basically as the main key, isn't it? The main motor. In fact, you are the motor. The director is, and I always felt from the beginning that, of course, then you shoot basically, and you go home. You prepare for the next day. You fall asleep basically if you can, and then you get up at 6. It's a life of a slave, I feel, and.
But it's a labor of love.
Yeah, it is. I mean, you forget the slavery. You forget the fact that you are basically in that situation, and you start it all over again. And then basically, the moment you start shooting, then you regret that you made that decision. But I have never felt that shooting a movie was a pleasure. I feel that pre-production is great and post-production is wonderful, you know. So basically, and that's a large part of the movie. The shooting itself, like Alfred Hitchcock has once said, I wish that I wouldn't have to do that, because I have it all in my head, or I have drawn it up, and I make very explicit storyboards normally. So I have seen the movie already in front of me, only I have to realize it, and that is especially under the financial pressure that was in Europe, but it's also with the studios, clearly, you know. Basically, if you go over budget or whatever, there's all people hanging over your shoulders and telling you this and telling you that. I feel that if you would have unlimited time, and if it wouldn't matter how much days you took, like David Lean often shot, and or could shoot in some way. I don't know how he got that. But if you have that, if you can say, okay, it doesn't matter, we didn't get it today, we do it tomorrow. I mean, I cannot find the scene. I don't have a grip on the scene today. I feel that the actors really should have a bit more sleep or whatever, you know. Then basically filmmaking would be a joy. If like a painter that could say, I don't like it. It's not good. I go to the bar. I go to drink something. I'll see tomorrow what it should be. You know. I mean, that possibility, or a composer that basically sits there with a pen writing a score. They all have the advantage of no pressure, nearly, isn't it? They can just do. They can stop. They can say, oh, okay, I'm going for a walk. Perhaps I get some walk when I go to the forest, then basically get inspiration or whatever. That's not possible. You are forced to go on and on and on and on, and there is no respite. There is no time out. And I think that's filmmaking as a director could be wonderful if you would have unlimited budget, but that's never the case. I've at least not in my career.